All right, Yu-Gi-Oh community, we have Jeremy Mitchell, aka the Pendulum God. We are here today just to answer some of the questions on his first place deck profile at the Orlando Regional that took place on October 6th. Some of the YouTubers like Ted Belbin asked, will you stick with Pendulum through the Thunder Dragon release, and what change, if any, do you think you will try to make?
Well, I most definitely am going to stick with this deck. I think this deck, I think one card to consider playing in this deck once Thunder Dragons come out, Zero Storm Nightmare. It's a really good card that slows them down like a lot. You can make that plus Vortex. You're pretty much set against them. I think, and cards, what you want to do with this deck after Thunder Dragons come out, you want to make it less searchy, if that's a word. So I'm thinking about cards like Allure of Darkness, just ways of, maybe cutting pin call to 1, because now I play 3, maybe cutting it to 1. You don't want to, because like if you're playing against Thunder Dragons, they're going to end their board with that card that says you can't search or whatever. So, and this deck doesn't really need to search. Like Cerberus, I may cut that now because I don't want cards in my deck that does search that much. Like I'm still going to play like maybe 1 pin call, maybe main deck and permanence or whatever. But just playing cards like Allure and, maybe Curtain Raiser, just cards that, because once you get Electromite out against that deck, you're pretty much set. Electromite gets you whatever card you need from your deck. So at that point, you still can draw, you just can't add. So that's the only thing that you worry about against that deck. You can side like Kaijus or whatever, side Lava Golems, because they're going in their board with the different fusions or whatever. So I think you can just look at it like that. That's how I'm probably going to build my deck, and you should probably consider yourself.
YouTuber Joe Jank wants to know some of your matchup analysis versus some of the meta decks.
Well, just like the regional, I think Sky Strike is a really good matchup, like a really good matchup against this deck. Just mainly because I main certain cards like Apex Avion. It's just a card that negates one of their spells. You can look at it. You can look at the Sky Striker matchup as like a numbers game, because in the end of the day, you're just trying to kill them, so you need to block out as much ways for them to stop you, as much resistance. Altergeist pretty much, if you win a die roll against Altergeist, you should win at that point. It's just that simple. Losing a die roll against it, you might lose game 1, but game 2 and game 3, you have to put it in your side, and the red reboots, the evenly matches, twin twists if you play it, anything like that. And it's pretty easy if you see your side. It's pretty easy to kill them. What's the other decks?
Goki.
Goki. Goki is just, it really is a die roll game. I tell my team that all the time. It's literally like a die roll. Because if you know your opponent playing a Goki or any 60 card deck, just make Dweller. Just make Dweller. Maybe with Apex on the side, Apex or Vortex on the side, and you should be fine. If you lose the die roll against Goki, you might as well just scoop it up. If they have the combo to scoop it up, go to game 2 or game 3, save yourself some time. And game 2 or game 3, side your hand, traps, whatever. And if you see him, you see him. If you don't, that's Yu-Gi-Oh. What was the other deck? Like Trickstar?
You have Trickstars, Mech Knights. There was a shout out to Julie for topping with that Mech Knight Trickstar deck. So.
Yeah, I saw her profile. It was really good. Mech Knight and Volt is just, it's Purgatory is the problem. So basically what I do against Mech Knights, I try to end my board. First of all, I don't try to put Electromite in grave, because when you put Electromite in grave, you give them a fire target. So I don't do that. I try to leave my board with as little monsters as possible. So I'll like Omega them, and then leave myself with just a Vortex and a Vortex and a Zephyr Metatron. That way I don't have a lot of monsters on board for them to just keep attacking me. Also, against them, I usually side in just Droll. That's the only card I side against them is Droll. So if I can end my board with a Vortex plus a Droll in my hand, I pretty much will win that match. Because you just OTK them next turn. Trickstar again, it's just as long as you don't get reincarnated Droll, you should win. Your monsters are really bigger than theirs. Jackal's amazing against them. So I haven't lost really a Trickstar match in a while. But again, anything happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's luck based somewhat. So. But yeah, that'll be my analysis for them decks.
Ryan Digman wants to know, what do you side versus Goki, Sky Striker, Draco, and Altergeist?
Well, for Sky Striker, again, like you saw in my deck profile, all I do is side 3 Dinko Seka. I think that card, you want to keep your engine in. You don't want to overside. I think back when I used to start, I mean, I ain't gonna say that, but back in, before I got as good as I think I am now, I used to overside a lot. I used to put a whole bunch of stuff in and not see my engine. And what I've learned now, you need to make sure you see your engine, but just decide as minimum as possible, because you don't want to overside and not see your engine, and you're pretty much all you see in the side of cars, and you're not getting anywhere. In the end, you're probably going to lose. So against Sky Striker, just Dinko, Seka, Goki, hand traps. That's it, because you already have a card in your extra deck called Abyss Dweller, which pretty much no other deck in this meta makes. Abyss Dweller is just an amazing card against them, and you pretty much win. You just stop from there, then you just OT cam next turn. It's pretty easy. All the guys, again, Red Reboot, Twin Twister, evenly matched. Draco is tricky. There are sometimes I actually want to side Dinko, Seka, because they'll card demise and they'll set all their back row. And you don't really play Draco players who automatically stand my phase rivalry or goes in match you or whatever. They'll usually wait until you make a play to commit, then they'll flip it. So there are times I think about siding at Dinko, but mainly I side in just like evenly matched or Red Reboot, because I just want to kill them. What were the other, like Trickstar?
Just Goki, Sky Striker, Draco, and Altergeist.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
And last question is from Sweeterman420. Why no Duelist Alliance or Star Time Pendulum Graph?
I don't play them cards because I want to make the deck as aggro as possible. And playing cards like Duelist Alliance, you're susceptible to Droll and Ash a little bit. Top Pendulum Graph isn't that great, especially when you're going second. You lose a Darrow when you're going second. It's a card in your hand that doesn't do anything that turn when it gets to your turn. I need cards in my deck that's going to make me kill my opponent as quick as possible. I just feel like, believe me, I've tested with the whole Top Pendulum Graph, Star Pendulum Graph, all of that. I tested it a lot. I like it because it's amazing we can get that, the extra protection, whatever. But I feel like the deck can just do well just by making a simple board, Vortex plus a rank 4, and then stalling them enough so you can kill them next turn. Or you lose a die roll, they made their board, you can just push through and try to kill them, or break that board and make your own board. So I think playing cards like that slows the deck down too much right now, especially in this meta in 2018. I think you don't need to play them cards right now. That's just my opinion. So that's my reason for not playing them cards.
All right, Jeremy, this was a simple Q&A with the Pendulum God, Jeremy Mitchell. Jeremy Mitchell, appreciate the time. See you at the next event.
All right.